we're diving into a crucial topic for Black Ops 6 rank play. Why you might not be gaining much SR anymore, and how you can turn that around. If this is your first time here, welcome, and if you are returning, welcome back. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Let's break down the basics first. Your SR or skill rating is what you see on the screen, but what's happening behind the scenes is your HPR or hidden performance rating. The game uses HPR to match you with players of similar skill levels. When your hidden HPR gets close to your visible SR, the game considers you to be performing at your rank level, and this results in smaller SR gains per win. So, reasons why you're not gaining as much SR as you would like to. Your skill level plateaued. When you perform consistently at a level similar to your current rank, the game awards smaller SR gains per win. Essentially, you're playing at your appropriate level. But don't worry, you can make your HPR better, and it's not as difficult as you may think. But at the same time, you can mess this up and make it worse. Now, your HPR and SR are linked to a hidden MMR. What MMR is something called a matchmaking rating. This is a system used in most multiplayer games today to literally influence matchmaking, hence matchmaking rating. So your HPR constantly adjusts based on your performance. If you're not significantly outperforming your opponents, your HPR and thus SR won't see much increase. Let's say, for example, match quality. The quality of your matches play a big role in this. If you're playing against opponents of similar skill level, the SR gain per win is smaller. The game considers the win to be expected, quote unquote expected, hence smaller rewards. This is why even when you dominate lobbies, you seem to hardly get any SR because you are either getting close to or you have already made it to the amount of SR that the game thinks you should have. Now, another thing that influences this is inconsistent performance. This can be a major barrier. Even if you win some games, your performance still fluctuates a lot. Maybe you got carried. If this is the case, your HPR won't climb significantly, or it might not even climb at all. Consistency is key here though. Now, I know this one is hard here. This is Call of Duty, and a lot of things are pretty difficult to keep consistent. This might be one of the most inconsistent games in the first-person shooter space. But some things are out of your control, such as lobby ping, or maybe you are getting some packet loss issues. Unfortunately, those things are out of our control. So we have to control what we can control, no pun intended. Now, how can we improve our SR? Focus on improving your individual performance. Now, I hate to even say this, because I hate it when my teammates actively try and compete with me and my other teammates, because it completely fucks up the team chemistry. But focus on outperforming not just your opponents, but also your teammates. Aim for high kill counts, capture objectives, and make strategic plays, maybe even like hero-like plays. But keep in mind, if you fumble these, there goes your HPR, and it might either stay the same or get worse. But yes, if you are hard stuck, you essentially have to try and do it all. Maybe usually you play a certain role on your team. Maybe you're the hill kitten and you don't get many kills. Or maybe you like to harass the other team and slay, but you don't get much hill time. Unfortunately, that shit has to go out of the window. Unassign these roles. Try to do everything you can possible. Also, watch your replays. This way you can identify your mistakes and work on shit that you might be fumbling in. Improvement is a continuous process, but again, the good thing about all of this is you will improve your HPR, which will inherently improve your SR gains. Next, try to play with the consistent team. I know this is super difficult because the squad and I have like 3 teams worth of squads that like to run. Sometimes we even try to Q snipe each other, which is pretty funny. But having a reliable team of players at a similar skill level can significantly improve your chances of winning and gaining SR. Team coordination often outperforms individual skill, especially in the higher rankings. I want to say after Plat, they really zero in on this, but there is a little bit of a plot twist here. I did say play with players of similar skill levels, but if you feel hard stuck, you might want to consider running with 1 or 2 more players you know has a good bit more SR than yourself. Let's say you're a diamond player and you usually run with 1 other diamond player and maybe 2 plats. Consider running with a crimson player or 2 and maybe try to eliminate that platinum guy off of your team. I am not trying to have anybody catch any strays or anything like that, especially not in my squad. I'm actually kind of hoping none of them watches this video now. Now, I do understand that kind of goes against the consistency aspect to a degree, but this is worth mentioning because now we know if you are in lobbies with your division or lower and the system thinks you belong there, they'll reward you with the pitiful amount of SR. Now, if you are Diamond 1 or Diamond 2, and you are running with the Crimson 2 or Crimson 1, the game thinks these guys are better than you. So if you win these lobbies, the system will be like, yo, maybe he doesn't need to be so hard stuck here anymore. Let's reward him with some more SR.
Okay, bring him in.
Now, win streaks. This can be tough, but it can definitely be done. Aiming to build a win streak can rapidly increase your HPR and SR gains. Now, I do want to specify, it can. I am not saying it will, but it is definitely something to consider. And also, this is common knowledge, but let's peel a couple of layers back here. Even if you are getting a pitiful 15 SR per win and you win 10 games in a row, you just got 150 SR, which is a good bit of SR if you think about it. The system does seem to reward consistent victories with larger boosts to your rating. Next, adapt to the meta. This one is a tough pill for me to swallow in the SMG department, because as you can tell by my gameplay, I love using the KSV. But for some strange obscure reason, I started getting rewarded with more SR when I started to use the Jackal. I'm not sure if this is a coincidence or not, but maybe the game wants me to use the Jackal. That being said, stay updated on the current weapon and strategies to maximize your effectiveness in matches. The meta does change frequently, so being adaptable is crucial. Keeping an eye on patch notes one way or another is a good way to at least be aware of what you're getting yourself into when a patch drops. So figure out a way for you to stay up to date. Maybe it's Twitter or Patchbot in Discord, or maybe it's a channel here on YouTube. Now, some additional tips here is communication. As cliche as this sounds, folks aren't doing this enough. Effective communication can make a huge difference. Call out enemy positions and try to get some setups and map control. Now, on these new maps, Dealership and Bounty that are being tested, I was pinging my ass off because I didn't know any verbal callouts. The enemy team was telling me,
bro, you're pinging in rank play and that's criminal.
Look, man, I'll tell you what, that pinging got me and my teammates to kill on you, which then led to the dub, which then led to SR gains. So one way or another, communicate even if it's frowned upon by the enemy team. Now, I did gloss over this earlier, but analyze your gameplay. Take some time to watch your replays. I do think theater mode in Black Ops 6 started to get its shit together, so maybe you can go ahead and give that a go. But I personally like watching my own gameplay back from clips, or maybe a stream VOD or something like that. So look for patterns in your losses and wins. Are there common mistakes you're making? Are you catching yourself relying on your teammates too much for one thing or another? Again, maybe you're a hill kitten, literally just hiding with your head down, not even shooting your gun. Or maybe you're calling yourself a slayer, killing everybody, but you have 3 seconds on the point. Obviously, you want to go ahead and make some adjustments there. But are there strategies that consistently work for you? Maybe you guys have a killer P4 setup and you want to go ahead and try to get setups like that for every other hill on every other map. These are small things to pay attention to. Use this information to refine your approach, or if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And ultimately, man, stay patient. Improving your SR if you're hard stuck is a gradual process. Keep your head down, keep grinding, keep having fun ultimately. Don't get discouraged by setbacks, and every game is a learning opportunity. I hope these tips help you go ahead and get those SR gains in Black Ops 6 rank play. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe, but don't stop watching just yet. I have 2 more videos here for you to check out.